Talking about the console wars still. This is video number 2. Here we go. Like I said, I'm watching the state of play today. Later on today it's at 6 p.m. But like I said in my first video, if Sony doesn't bring out any games that are relevant other than these reboots and remakes like they said it was going to do, it's a wrap for Sony as we know. It's a wrap for Sony as we know it. Like I said, I'm done with Sony after this. If this doesn't get it, this state of play doesn't get it done, I'm done with Sony for life. It's down to Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. But anyways, I need to get the Xbox One console because if I'm going to play the retros and indies, I can't play the retros and indies on cloud gaming. There's only a few there. Obviously, I have to get the console. But anyways, or Nintendo Switch as well. It's down to Xbox One or Nintendo Switch. But anyways, the state of play is not even going to show no. The state of play is not even going to show no first parties. We might be living in the handheld era as far as Microsoft is concerned, in the console era, as far as the console, because consoles are still relevant. But they want to say, you're fanboy, you know too much, you're problem. I said, well, they want to say, well, you can't keep defending what Sony is doing as far as price hike-ups because they hyped up the PlayStation Plus. I'm not sure if they hyped up the price for PlayStation 5, including PlayStation 5 Pro, and then at 30th anniversary, this is going to be almost half of $10,000. Good damn scalpers. Even for that console, the 30th anniversary edition console is going to cost more. Almost $10,000. It's going to be half of that price. And then it's going to be $700 to start at first for the PS5 Pro, and then it's going to be $5,000 after that. And then it probably won't go down to a lower price until after it becomes a year old. But anyways, like I said, this state play doesn't show any relevant game other than the games I just mentioned in my first video. Like I said, Sony is done. I'm done with Sony. It's down to Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. The only two consoles I've yet to have, pretty much. It's down to Xbox One and Nintendo Switch by October 31st. But anyways, so like I said, guys, it's not looking good for Sony right now. Sony's an absolute disaster right now. The Last of Us 3, no return, and I mean that, no return on Sony. I know they want to say why, because while I go back to Sony, you're going to say I'm part of the problem. I say if Sony's dealing with too much turmoil, they don't got the first parties. I told them, I'll say it again, like I said in all my videos I made from this year so far, going back to January and now. Without the first party, Sony was going to suffer. All those whales Sony had, all those whales Microsoft had, not as many, 2,500 is not a lot. It's a lot, but not as much. Sony had over, almost double, almost triple the firings that they had from Microsoft. Microsoft only had 2,500 this year. They had way more. They had a lot last year, but not as many as this year. They had 2,500. But anyways, Sony had way more layoffs because a lot of people were rushing these games or not making these games very well. And Sony games have reached a unit quality even with the gameplay being good or not. So like I said, it's down to Xbox One and Nintendo Switch, but I had to make that decision by October 31st as well. So I'm already looking into it, obviously. Did I get Xbox One over Push Run? Did I get Nintendo Switch off of eBay for the lower price? But anyways, so like I said, I'll be watching the state of play. The state of play doesn't live up to the hype of them having the first parties. Sony's in more trouble, and they don't have a roadmap. And then Spider-Man 3, they're splitting up in 3 parts. One, and then they're going to probably spend over $400 million, close to $300+ million on that game. So like I said, it's not looking good for Sony right now. Because no first parties. And without the first parties, Sony is going to suffer. Sony is a disaster. It's the worst console generation ever. In my book. It's not a fair fight. And when my family members in this house don't want to talk about it, and then Sony's doing all right, and they're not doing all right. Sony is in serious trouble. I mean, severe trouble. No first parties. They had all those layoffs. Lost a lot of money in less than a year. They lost over they said $5 million in a year and a half. $5 billion. I meant to say million. $5 billion they lost in a year and a half. $5 billion they lost in a year and a half. Due to all those layoffs, games being canceled, first part not being there, and then Herman Hulse the person that Hiroki Tanaki hired, pretty much, Herman Hulst and the agency that he hired currently, those two CEOs, Herman Hulst and the ones that Hiroki Tanaki, they're not doing good right now. They're asking for their firing or resignation or retirement as former CFOs or CEOs. But anyways, and it could happen for Herman Hulst and the agency that he's working with currently because they don't have the first parties. They're rebooting their games. They're porting most of their games to PC. And without that, it's not looking good for Sony right now. They're porting most of the games to PC. And one of my friends I saw playing on PSN, he was just playing God of War right now on PC most recently, and he just flattened it out most recently. Two of my friends playing on PC right now because they're not on Sony like the way they used to be, you know. But anyways, this is the era we're in right now. Because all Sony's been doing is copying Microsoft Office memberships, the price hike-ups. They've been copying this stuff for the longest. That's not true. I said, yeah, it is. Because if it wasn't, it would have been no PlayStation Plus for Game Pass Ultimate didn't start that. Game Pass Ultimate didn't start PlayStation Plus for PlayStation Plus Extra. They only copied it. That's not true as well. No, Demon and Joe would say that's not true. I said, yeah, it is, Joe. Yeah, it is Demon as well, both of y'all. Because they've been copying a lot of stuff, all but the sport games for all the covers. Everybody's been on the 2K covers. Different people, not the same people. The only ones that were on the same one was Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. As far as the 2K covers, including the Hall of Fame editions. Only Kobe Bryant made the most 2K covers, and Michael Jordan's right behind him. Everybody else was on different covers. He made the cover at least once or twice. Nobody has made the cover more than 3 times. The rest of their peak years were succinct. But anyways, without the first part, I told them on there, I told my cousin too as well. Without the first part, Sony is done. I'm done with Sony for life, man. It's done as possible on Nintendo Switch. Because the state of play is at 6 p.m. If they don't show anything that's relevant other than these reboots and remakes, Sony is done. Sony is done. I'm done with Sony. It's done as possible. I gotta get Xbox One console now. I'm gonna have to, or Nintendo Switch. They had to get either console by until 31st because the handhelds are the way to go. Or the Xbox One console is the way to go because they have all the first parts, they have all the second parts, they have all the third parts, they have all the retros, the indies, the beat 'em ups, the fighting games, including the ones that me and John played the most, the ones that were historically down, including Tekken. Well, Tekken was my down game, John's was Capcom. But anyways, like I said, Xbox One, I'm playing on Fire TV Stick currently. Like I said, obviously they don't have the true retros in it. I want to play. I had to buy the console if I'm gonna put the retros in. Or I got Game Pass, all this, or I got all the Call of Duties, all those Call of Duties free. Just only 3 of them gonna be able to, well, 3 or 4 of them I'm probably gonna be able to play and finish the storyline and play the multiplayer. But anyways, all the Call of Duties are Game Pass exclusive now. And all I gotta do is just get the console. Once I get the console for Xbox One, it's a wrap for Sony. I made the right decision. Welcome to Xbox One, Hutch Xbox, Dark Away 66, and Apple Hut 4859, and Pikachu Bree 6, her current account on Xbox. But anyways, once I get that console on Nintendo Switch, it's still right for Sony regardless. They don't have the first parties. And the state of play is not helping this cause. They've had no showcase since 2021. That's sad for Sony, man. That's sad for Sony right now. And without the first parties, Sony's in trouble. Sony's in trouble. They don't got no type of roadmap other than the games I know about, which is Insomniac. But other than that, that's it. Their last first party is next month, October 25th. And once they show Black Ops 6, no more first parties. They're done. They're dry. And without those first parties, Herman Hulst and the Hiroki Tanaka, the people that he hired, Herman Hulst and the agency that he hired, that I saw when I saw the 30th anniversary clip when they showed the consoles. Obviously, those are the two CEOs that hired, Herman Hulst and the agency. I forgot his name. Obviously, it's hard to not because his name is Asian. But anyways, his name is Asian. But anyways, Sony's in serious trouble. And without those first parties, and I'll say that everybody that has PS5 or both consoles, all 3 consoles, again, they don't have the first parties. And without that, Sony is suffering. Anyways, because they don't have the first parties. All they have is second parties, third parties, the retros, and in the sport games, and other combat sport games, and the other fighting games. That's all they got. And these remakes, that's it. And without the first parties, again, Diamante, and again, Joseph as well. You got, well, Diamante has something to play, obviously, because he does have all the Dynasty Warrior games and all the Samurai games and the 5 Retro, so he has something to play. Joe doesn't have nothing to play, pretty much, because he doesn't involve his other studios. No, it's 37 studios, and you only play 6 of those studios. That's sad. Very sad. John's played 30 of those, so that's the same studio that's my age. Out of all 37, he's played 30. I only played 15 of those 37. That's more than half. Joe's played, my cousin only played 6 of those studios, and that's less than 30%. That's casually hardcore. John's truly hardcore because he plays all the RPGs and longer games. I'm truly hardcore because I play all the retros and indies and the fighting games, the games I was destroying, and the Yu-Gi-Oh games and other things, pun intended. The reason why we told my cousin right now, we need to talk about this right now because John's off this set, so we have time to talk about this to my cousin right now. This is the worst console generation ever. In the state of play is going to turn, this was the worst console generation in the history of gaming, period, as a whole. It's not looking good for Sony right now. Not looking good for Sony right now. And without the first parties, Sony's going to suffer in the process. And don't think that's going to affect PlayStation now that they don't have the first one. Wait until next year. Once that 1 anniversary of Jim Ryan, everybody realized that Jim Ryan's been gone for almost a whole year as of March 29th, 2025. Because he left March 29th, 2024. But anyways, retired pretty much. But anyways, wait until they realize they don't have the first parties. And while I'm playing those first parties free on Microsoft on Xbox One and playing the virtuals and indies, I've got the Platinums going that I'll be going for all the gaming score on as well. Wait until it's in, then they're going to hit me. My cousin's going to hit me more. And everybody else that plays Call of Duty or playing against me, obviously. And I'm prestige round the 3 Call of Duty I was going to play the most, the 3 Call of Duty I was going to play. Obviously, they're going to be toxic about this because I really ruined the console and I roll it all day. Because the showcase set it off for me 3 months ago, or almost 4 months ago. It's almost October now. But anyways, so like I said, we need to talk to my cousin about this because this is getting way out of hand. This is the worst console generation we have ever seen, and this state of play determines it as of today. If they don't show those first parties, and no, they don't got them anyway because Microsoft owns them now, Sony's in trouble. And then going into next year, when they show their roadmap, they haven't got any roadmap. Microsoft has everything that I can play on Xbox One on the console. Once I get that console by October 31st, after a while, I won't be able to get anything for a good while. As far as electronic wise, but once I get either console, if it's either Nintendo Switch or Xbox One, it doesn't matter. Once I got both, it's still right for Sony regardless because those games also gonna be on Nintendo Switch. With those Call of Duties. To say you're gonna have a bigger SD card to install. But anyways, just like I said, this is the worst console generation ever in the history of gaming. Ever. This is straight up facts, not opinions. Like I said, they don't have the first parties. The state of play determines if they have anything coming out other than the games are no Ghost of Justice Cemetery, Death Stranding 2, the Rise Ronin, Silent Death 2 remake, But other than that, they don't show anything else out of those 20 games. That's it for Sony. I'm done with Sony for life. And I told them all that in that first one. I mean that. Why you don't want to turn this on? I said, you're part of the problem, guys. I said, well, I'm not part of that problem no more now. I'll be playing on Microsoft now. You can still play it on Yu-Gi-Oh! Be a cross-gen because that console that I'll be getting, Xbox One, is cross-platform. So you can still play them regardless if I'm not on Sony no more or not. Or Nintendo as well or not. And I'll probably do my daily recast for these videos later on this week. Later on in the end of this month, I made 3 videos. And this is 5 videos in the past 2 days. This video number 3 will come after I get out the shower, pretty much. But anyways, video number 3 will come out after I get out the shower. I gotta get in the shower in a few minutes. It's myself right now. But anyways, like I said, because the third pro will continue to talk about the console wars as a whole. Because this state of play determines if they're going to have anything this year. If they don't got nothing coming this year, going into next year as well for Sony, I'm done with Sony for life, and I mean that. And I know some of these fanboys make me sick right now, including Xbox Gaming, including Dreamcast guy, including Xbox gaming and Reforged gaming. Them three simpletons don't realize they don't got the first parties. And then those are the three people I just told you: Reforged gaming, Xbox gaming, and Dreamcast are the ones that bash Microsoft. That's why I got another person in this house that I know will bash it. You're not gonna bash me no more in the games I was down there. You're not gonna bash me because once I bash you in the games I was already down there, including the sport games, you ain't going to worse than me. To my cousin that's in this house. I still want to competition. Let it be competition because honestly, I know my ins and outs when it comes to the sport games. Trust me. No smoke, no smoke. So like I said, the state of play determined and without the first parties, Sony's going to suffer right now. They had all these layoffs. They lost $5 billion in less than a year, over a year and a half. That got games canceled. Herman Holt's not helping his cause. The agency that he's working with, Herman Holt's not helping his cause. Worse than that, he's working with Current that showed the third anniversary edition of that cause not helping his cause. They broke down, not helping his cause either. And Toroki Tanaka said they don't got the IPs. And without the IPs, like he said, Sony's going to be in serious trouble. They are in serious trouble. They're going to be in a pickle. They don't got the money to make the first parties now, or the double A's, or the double A's, triple A's, quadruple A's. They don't have the money to even make any first parties. If they make anything, it's not going to be Activision because Activision is owned by Microsoft. Microsoft owns that exclusively now. And three of those Call of Duties I was going to play anyway right away once I finished the retros and indies first. Now, it played those three Call of Duties, Vanguard, Cold War, and more. Three I was going to play the most and put the most hours into on my other Xbox account. So when I finish those games and finish the retros and indies and finish all the retros and the Yu-Gi-Oh games, I'll be done with the Yu-Gi-Oh games for sure until they make the remakes. But anyways, like I said, guys, Sony's in trouble. I'm about to get in the shower after this video. How's it? The next video will come out after I get out the shower. This video I'll continue, obviously, but after I get in the shower, obviously. But anyways, I just wanted to make this video before I get in the shower. But anyways, Sony's in trouble. And without these first parties, this could be the worst content in the era of gaming that we have ever seen. They canceled a lot of games. They lost $5 billion in a year and a half. They had all those layoffs because AI taking over pretty much. AI is real. AI is real. We're in an era of recession. We're in an era of inflation when it comes to certain electronics, especially the new ones. It's not looking good right now for Sony right now. It's not looking good for Sony right now. I know my cousin was saying, around more, to my joints, how you have all these sources because I have true reliable sources. And to get a lot of views on all the longer videos, especially the hour or long videos or 2 hour or 3 hour videos. So that's the reason I have it on my pay stubs that I've been buying the games for John and my cousin. He don't, and maybe my uncle John would play the games, but anyways, my cousin don't play it because it's not his favorite studio of all time. Because I know you can say every game was mid. So you can't say every game was mid. Every game was at its peak. You know about the covers. Who was on the covers there? Maybe it was Ben Brown folks being on the covers of every game, including the Sonic games. No, I was a Sega fan, but anyways. So like I said, guys, without those first parties, and the state of play determines that this is going to be the worst console generation ever. And if it is, I'm done with Sony for life. It's done Xbox One or Nintendo Switch. The only two consoles I've yet to have. Xbox One or Nintendo Switch is the only two consoles I've yet to have pretty much. Once I get that, either console or wrap for Sony, I'm done with Sony for life. Done. This is ridiculous, and my cousin doesn't want to talk about this, and we're going to have to talk about this. And John will be off this Saturday. As well, once he returns this Friday, obviously. So we'll have time to talk about this. And going on this Sunday as well, final Sunday of September. We have time to talk about the Saturday and Sunday. So we have all the time to talk to my cousin about these console wars. Once John returns, and at least returns this Friday. Obviously. But like I said, and he's off Saturday, so we have time to talk about this. Because this is the worst console generation ever. No first parties for Sony. They canceled a lot of games. It's just, they've been in absolute turmoil right now. Bungie's in shambles. Marathon's in shambles. SIE might be in shambles, kind of. Even them making God of War Egypt, which is next year, obviously, when that comes out. But anyways, like I said, Sony's in trouble. And without those first parties, and I said, and everybody that has to pay us, I'll say it again. You'll realize by March 2020 why Jim Ryder's gone. I forced him into retirement. Then you'll realize then once I play those first parties, and second parties and third parties and retros and indies on Xbox, then you realize how I was able to finish again. Then you realize how I was able to solve the console war pretty much. Because Jim Ryder's been gone for almost 7 months now? 6 going on 7 because it's almost October now. But anyways, like I said, without the first parties, the state of play determines if they have anything games relevant this shit. If they just don't show anything, or at least anything that's relevant, including the Soul Calibur 4 and 5 remake, I'm done with Sony for life. Even if they do show the Soul Calibur 4 and 5 remake and anything else, I'm done with Sony regardless. Because this is ridiculous. You know, I saw the console when I ruined. I know the most saying, fanboy, don't do much. You're part of the problem. I said, well, all day. I can still play a bit of cross-platform on the UK game. I'll say that again. Cross-platform is the new norm now. I know you're gonna say it's the past, and no, it's not. No, it's not. For us to cross-gen, because most every game that's came out for Sony currently, even the ones that came out this year from January and beyond, obviously, were mostly cross-gen. And I could name a lot of games in this video that were cross-gen. God of War was one of them. That was cross-gen. They're giving it as a free-to-play. Mostly every retro and indie that defied SMO was cross-gen. To get the platinum not once but twice. Miles will say it's a retro station. It's a remake station because they making all these remakes and reboots of the new era now because AI is about to take over. And I told them all that this is no joke. AI is real. AI is real. Like I said, without those first parties, notice Sony canceled on a lot of games this year. They lost over $5 billion plus in over a year and a half. Without that, Sony is in trouble. And I mean, so much so they might be the console industry if this state of play doesn't get it done. No showcase since 2021, bro. Almost 3 years, going into 5 years into this generation. No showcase since 2021. You know, they had one last year, but that one was garbage. Last year's showcase. And the one, well, that was the best showcase. 21 22 was the best showcase. Last year's one was their worst. Like I said, watch the state of play. If they don't show anything you like other than the games I know you like, including the first persons, which you already know about, the first part, which you already know about, then the amount of realize is okay, Kyle is right. Sony might be in then he'll probably think the way I think. Sony might be in serious trouble. And I know Diamante would think in his head, not saying it out loud in his head, but if he was thinking this, it's okay. So I had a very good showcase. Sony's in more trouble than you think. Diamante was agreeing and said, Sony's in more trouble than you think. You know, I know Diamante would say I've been behind the physical games, but what is there for me to play? Kyle was right, no first parties. Like Diamante would say, Kyle was right, no first parties. And yes, they did put out, and I don't Diamante say they did put Xbox games on there, but it's only infesting my console. As Diamante would say, it's only infesting my console because they got nothing coming out this year. I know Diamante would say, okay, Kyle was right. I had to believe Kyle now. As Diamante would say, I don't know if he would say it, but I said, Kyle was right, they don't got nothing. They're dry. And I said in my first video, earlier, over an hour ago, without the first parties, Sony's in trouble. And I don't do all this thing. Kyle might be absolutely 100% right of air and earth right now. They got nothing coming. Other than the games I obviously play, which is the single player games with Dan Monty was saying, I said, damn, Kyle was right. I know Dan Monty said Kyle was right. He has, and I think, I said Kyle has changed. Because if he was able to solve this console, I don't know if Dan Monty would give me the credit, obviously, but he probably would. But so if he solved this console, it means if he was able to get Jim Ryan to leave office, because he was lying too much, and Dan Monty had to agree with me on this as well. And then Dan Monty said, wow, Kyle was absolutely right. Because Jim Ryan was lying. If I saw the court case, which I don't know if Dan Monty did, I believe said if I saw the court case, Dan Monty was like, wow, Kyle was right. He worked on the console war. You know, Dan Monty said you're part of the problem, obviously. Dan Monty's going to say I'm part of the problem, which I know that, obviously. Kyle was absolutely right. They don't got nothing coming. I know Dan Monty was saying, they got nothing coming. Oh, you know, you'll say that in his head, obviously. He said they got nothing coming. No first parties. All second parties and third parties. No, in the retros and indies, like Kyle said. And Dan Monty was like, wow, Kyle's absolutely right. He has changed. As a friend, obviously. He has changed. He's very ruined the console war. He was able to, and I think Dan Monty gave me the credit that he was able to investigate, which I didn't know Kyle had them type of skills like that. I didn't Dan Monty was like, wow, Kyle, okay, I had to believe you now. Welcome to my world of Xbox Diamante as well. Anyways, okay, guys, I'll start the video right there. I gotta get in the shower, obviously. But make sure you follow me on Twitch, subscribe to me on YouTube, leave a like on the videos, pretty much, on both videos. I mean, I'm making my third video, but the third video won't come until after I watch Mr. Boomstick's podcast first. And once I watch this podcast, then I'll make the third video after that. And I'll probably make more videos after that, too, today. I made 3 yesterday. It's the second one today, so I made 5 videos in the past 2 days. Anyways. But yeah, I'm about to get in the shower, guys. But the third video will come after I watch Mr. Boomstick's podcast. Still talking about the console war, still in the state of play, obviously. So make sure you follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Leave a like on the videos. Pretty much video videos. Pretty much help my videos, because my views on my shorts on Burns Power is at 1.5 K views, and then on Rural Hut 6, I'm at 1.8 views as far as my longer videos and shorts, pun intended. So I'm already at 2K as far as the views. So thanks for the views. I really appreciate it as well. And make sure you subscribe to me on Xbox versus Sony for where I can give you the Xbox versus Sony shorts on YouTube shorts. While I was talking about the console wars as a whole, pretty much. More shorts and longer videos coming today. Yeah.